I would say something that I didn't do in my relationship that I'm focused on prioritizing this time around is making sure that I make my significant other the most important person. I think sometimes we allow time to get away from us and devoting too much time to other things, but just prioritizing quality time with that person.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode where an older man, that's me, Marvin Kane, I give you my reaction to the popular dating show, Pop the Balloon or Find Love. So let's going to bring out our first single guy.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Okay, so what I like to do is to offer my opinion of the person based on their clothing, based on the way they look, their interactions, and just, body language, right? So here's a gentleman that walked out. First of all, he's tall. So we definitely should not get any pop balloons because he's too short. And he's very casual. He's neat. He's clean. I don't see that as a fresh cut on his hair. So he probably got that cut like 2 or 3 days ago. And he's still rocking it right now. Of course, the shave on the beard is clean. Shirt's well pressed, is sitting around. He's looking at Arlette. He didn't walk out with a lot of confidence, though. He walked out a little shallow. And I'm looking as to how he's like, his head is like a little lean forward. His shoulders are like up. This man is in protective mode. So he's a little guarded. And let's see what else we can learn about him as he says his name and he makes a little more movement.
Jared.
Jared?
Yeah, he looked at the ladies. So he looked for some confirmation. So leader, maybe not so much as a leader. I don't see leader. I see more like a follower. Nice guy. I really think Jared's going to be a very nice man. I've not seen this as a brand new episode, but I do think like I said, he's a very nice man. But there's some pieces. I'm just feeling some pieces are missing. He's very friendly. He's smiling big, right? But is he serious? Is he out here really looking for love? Does he know how to handle this? And I don't know anything about these women.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
And what do you do?
So I'm a senior manager for a Fortune 500 company, and I'm also a baker on the side as well.
Okay, and now what are some things you like to do for fun?
So for fun, love hanging out with friends and family. It could be anything from playing spades to being at a cookout to, at a party. Also love working out. Fitness is very important to me. So those are a couple of things that are important to me that I like doing.
Okay, and now what do you look for in a woman?
Honestly, someone who's beautiful inside and out. Someone who has a beautiful heart and amazing character. You always are looking for somebody who's very attractive, but looks feed in your character is who you are at your core.
Right.
Someone who loves a joke, have fun, loves to be around family. Also somebody who loves to work out. Just like I just said, it's important to me. So just.
From what he just said, he's into the physical. He said someone beautiful. He said inside and out. And then he talked about physical attraction. And he added some words between all of that. And, typically as men, we are attracted by what we see in a woman physically or what we hear from her voice. Like me, I'm a voice man. I'm weak for a very nice voice. But he's into the physical. So that's going to be interesting as this develops because this lineup of women, some of them are very, very attractive.
Someone who I can create a safe space for,
Okay.
To where I feel appreciated and to also where she can feel like she's being loved correctly.
All right, now what are some
Nice.
deal breakers?
A woman who lacks emotional intelligence, right? At this big grown age, I'm 38. I've been through a fair amount of things, so I just love a woman who's able to communicate how she feels, whether it may be good or bad. Just being able to communicate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So we have not got any pop balloons
Not
yet.
a single
So let
balloon
me hand
pop.
you a pick. Everybody says this is the hard part,
this is
but
the hard
I'm
part.
going
This
to
is
have you
pressure.
pop 3 balloons.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop 3.
That's going to be hard because he's a physical man. You got to get rid of her.
Go right here.
Yes, she's got to go.
Okay, 2 more.
Floozy. What?
And 1 more.
Chunky.
Uh,
He saw the belly roll.
go you. I apologize.
That's right.
Okay, so we'll
Floozy.
actually start down there. You can stay right over
I
here.
get it.
All right, if we can have your name and age.
Sophia, 36.
And Sophia, what do you do?
I'm a programming specialist for a sports network. I'm a DJ, designer, Sophia.com, and a music publisher.
Okay, so why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I like the way he dressed. He spoke very well, and just wanted to hear him out. So, yeah.
And why'd you end up popping her balloon?
Honestly, it was tough. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
I just had to pick three. The whole panel was amazing.
Thank you.
It's the outfit.
Thank you.
He's not going to tell
We
the
had another
truth.
one over here. Your name and age.
Anita, I'm 37.
And Anita, what do you do?
I'm a contract analyst by day, and I'm a DJ and actress as well.
And so why was your balloon unpopped?
He's attractive, and I liked what he has to say.
And why'd you end up popping hers?
Once
belly.
again,
Body.
I just had to pop three. You're beautiful. You're amazing.
People
I
just
had
don't
to
want
pop
to tell the
somebody.
truth.
I apologize.
Thank you.
And then our last one over here. Your name and age.
Nikki, 33.
And Nikki, what do you do?
I own a balloon delivery service.
And so, Nikki, why was your balloon unpopped?
He's handsome, and I just wanted to hear what he had to say.
And why'd you end up popping hers?
That outfit is terrible.
I just wasn't honestly a fan of the gold in the hair. Other than that, you're very
Fairy hair.
you're very attractive. Other
Thank
than
you.
that, yeah. So
I like to sparkle.
Work it, girl. All right. So I am now going to have you ask our remaining 6 ladies a question.
okay. So the first question I had for the remaining ladies is, what's something from your previous relationship that you learned about yourself that you're going to take into your next relationship that make you a better person?
Okay. We'll start here first. Name and age.
Hi, my name is Shahira. I'm 35.
And Shahira, what do you do?
I am a footwear designer. I have my own footwear brand for women with larger shoe sizes, 9 through 14.
Okay, nice. And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
Vulnerability is the number one thing that I've learned from my past, and just to be more open and communicative about my feelings. I would hold things in, and then it would just, come out in ways that wasn't beneficial to the relationship. So now I'm learning to communicate, be honest, be vulnerable, because I want the same in return. So, yeah.
For sure.
Your
Good
name
answer.
and age.
Hi, I'm Janaea Moore with 808 and Trinity. I'm 33.
And Janae, what do you do?
I'm a servant of the Lord. So I am a personal assistant. That is what I do right now, currently.
Nice. Yeah. And if you want to go ahead and just answer his question.
So what I've learned, I would say I haven't been in a relationship since I've been saved. So now that I'm saved, it's really the Lord who's changed how I have relationships now. So I would say that what I've learned from the Lord is patience, having the fruits of the Spirit, patience, communication, understanding, just allowing someone to just not making assumptions on what they mean, maybe asking them, what do you mean by that? And just having a heart posture that is good,
Thank you. Your name and age.
My name is Jessica, and I'm 36.
And Jessica, what do you do?
I am artistic director for a dance studio.
Okay.
And if you can just answer his question.
Sure. I would say something that I didn't do in my relationship that I'm focused on prioritizing this time around is making sure that I make my significant other the most important person. I think sometimes we allow time to get away from us and devoting too much time to other things, but just prioritizing quality time with that person.
Okay.
I like her. I like her for him. The first lady, she was awesome. The second lady, very scary. And this lady right here, very mature. I think she can meet him as an equal. So I was worried about if he was going to find a match. He just doesn't seem like the leader to me. Even though he has a manager position, his response, he's just not open enough, forward enough to really express himself. I want to see that. I want to see that leadership. I wanted to see him say, look, I didn't like your dress. But he did say to the one lady he didn't like the gold hair. So maybe he's warming up, and we're about to see some real leadership qualities in this guy. But I definitely like this woman.
All right. Your name and age.
Katara Wilder,
38, and I'm a biomedical engineer.
Now, Kater, if you can go ahead and answer his question.
So for my previous relationship, I realized that love isn't enough. I was in a relationship and we loved each other deeply, but we needed more than just that. It needed to make sense in terms of logistics, like where we lived. It was a long distance relationship. And so as much as I want to have a partner, I want someone who's also intentional about making sure that they're ready for a relationship, like a marriage.
Okay.
Your name and age.
Awesome.
Liz, I'm 36.
Liz, what do you do?
I'm a business consultant for a software company.
A lot of smart ladies up in here today.
I'm telling you,
All
man, this
right.
lineup is
I think you want to
huge.
go ahead and just answer his question.
I would say that the number one thing that I learned is how to be a better communicator. I would say at times I probably wasn't the best communicator, even little things like if I need more time to think before we have a conversation about an argument we just had, I wasn't the best at communicating that. So I would say how to be a better communicator for sure.
And our last lady over here, your name and age.
My name is Natalie. I'm 38 years old.
Natalie, what do you do?
I'm a licensed social worker.
And if you want to answer his question.
The one thing that I would take from my last relationship is that I was too forgiving of behaviors and words that were said. So for instance, you know, if they tell me that they're not ready for a relationship, I need to move on. And in that fact, I was too forgiving and I would give too many chances to like try and prove myself. And that is one thing that I know that I will be taking on moving forward, to not be so forgiving.
How can you be too forgiving? I think I understand what people imply with that. But, you know, there's an expression that if you don't forgive, then you're allowing a person to live rent-free inside your mind. And that's not a good place for people. Forgiveness allows you to move on. So just move on. I mean, you don't have to move on with the person, but you just got to move on. You got to be forgiving.
Let's head on back.
I would get rid of her.
And now what about for yourself? What's something you learned from your last relationship?
Communication is key. Without communication, the relationship will become stagnant, and you really won't know your partner. Like,
see, this is what I'm saying. He's not a leader. He's a follower. So he listens to these women talk about communication is key. He said that. A leader would have said open, honest communication, or said, you know what? Let me go a little deeper. Let me say something else. What did I learn from my last relationship? There are 1,000 things we learn in previous relationships. So he didn't offer to me any substance.
you should. So communication is key, and that's what I take.
Okay.
And I like
you
this
did hear
guy.
a lot of responses. It's now time
Yeah.
to pop 2 balloons.
Okay.
The first one and the last one. No, the second one. You got to get
we'll
number
go down
2.
here first.
Yeah, she's got to go.
Yeah, you
All the
go
way at
ahead.
the
I'm
end.
gonna let you pop your 2 first, and then we'll see why.
All right. So,
Gone.
Okay, and then one more.
The Jesus lady, number 2. Number 1 or number 2?
They all had similar answers, so this is.
Number 2, and you'll be happy.
Okay.
Right,
So let's go
right.
to the one you ended up popping, and then
Okay.
we'll come back to her. All right. So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Physically, I do find him to be attractive. The cliche of I want to hear him out and hear more of what he had to say. But yeah, so that was it, really.
I see. And why did you end up popping her balloon?
Honestly, you're attractive. You're amazing. I love your answer. But when you started talking, you got the gemstones on your teeth, and I just honestly just wasn't a fan of that. Yeah.
Hey, to each their own. What can I say? It's there, but I can take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not forever.
Like you put it yourself, or you had to get it like
I
implanted?
put it myself. I implant it.
Like,
No.
you know, some people actually do that.
If I had to take it off tonight, I could take it off.
Okay,
Yes.
I see. All right. Thank you.
But each their own.
Interesting.
And then we did get a pop over here. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I popped because I feel like when I was giving my answers, I could tell you were like looking around, trying to figure some things out. So I just didn't feel that connection there when I was answering. But you're
Gotcha.
attractive. I love
I
your
appreciate
fit.
it.
Yeah.
His brain probably did the same thing mine said. I think she's got like an affluent type of business that she's a part of. And then the question that came to my mind is, why are you dressed like that? Like, you are a gainfully employed person and got skills, you're a professional, but why are you dressed like that? I think that's what his brain did.
But just didn't feel that connection.
But I only see
Someone that's your type?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
honestly, it's difficult up here, you know, because everybody's attractive. So you're trying to figure something out on the fly, right? So I do apologize for that, but my focus was on you.
Wow, he did that again. He
Thank
looked
you.
away again. He looked at the one beside him,
Okay,
at
we
the
now
two
have
beside
4
him.
ladies left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
So who is the most important man in your life, and what qualities stand out
I
about
like
him?
that question.
Okay, start their comeback. All right, who's the most important man in your life, and what qualities stand out about him?
It's definitely my father. He is a genuine person. He loves my mother. And I just feel like I've seen what it looks like to have a husband who is
Wow,
funny. He likes
nice.
to have fun. He was actually at a probate yesterday because he's an alpha, and so he still has fun even in his old age. But he's also serious, and so yeah, he is my example.
Okay.
I hate her
what about over
outfit,
here?
but I like her.
I would have to echo her sentiments. My dad is the most important man in my life right now. He is just an extremely unique individual, and he always taught me to always be myself and to love people.
He can have some deep
And
conversations
let's
with
hear
her.
from you over here.
I'd have to say my grandfather. He's my favorite person in the world. He's so amazing. He just is a provider.
Oh,
He cares about us. He takes care of us. I mean, even now.
he's looking at the first lady. He's looking at the second lady. So it's between the first lady and the third lady that he actually look at him. He ain't even paying attention to her. He's gonna pop that balloon.
Like he gets my oil change. So like I'm just used to having, he's just somebody who he
Ooh.
takes care of the household. He takes care of 2 households. So I just love him.
And what about here?
I would say the same. My grandfather, he was so kind, and his love for the Lord was amazing. Like that's what I strive to be. And he just loved love. He recently passed away the day before Valentine's Day, and it's just so coincidental because, you know, he was just so loving, so kind. He was also a provider. I didn't have to think about anything when I was with my granddad, and he was 95, and that's exactly the kind of man that I want to marry one day. And he taught me about vulnerability and all that stuff. So I'm a completely different person thanks to my granddad. So
1 and 2 got to go.
All right, I am gonna have you pop 1 balloon.
Okay.
Number
Right
2 got to
here.
go. No way! I am
So why was your balloon
shocked.
unpopped?
Get out of
I
here.
think he's attractive.
Thank you.
You seem well put together, and like you have a good head on your shoulder. So that's why I didn't pop.
I think that
And why'd you end up
affected her
popping
too.
hers?
The other 3 ladies, they seem a little bit more outwardly extroverted than you. So that's the only reason why. You're beautiful. Yeah.
She's
Are
a
you more of an
grown
introvert?
woman.
I turn both on and off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Good answer.
It's tough up here. I get it.
It's all good.
She's
Thank you.
mature.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay,
That says a lot
3
about
ladies
him.
left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
He's going for the first
Um,
woman. He keeps looking at her.
Question would be,
Yeah.
if there was one thing your partner could do that'd make you immediately smile and have butterflies in your stomach, what would it be?
Okay, let's go here.
Interesting question. Very unique.
I would say just like small touches, like touch me on my back or, you know, just little things when I'm not expecting it. Just small, like not words of affirmation, but touches of affirmation.
I hate her outfit.
What about over here?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. Thoughtful gifts. I like thoughtful gifts. They're
Gifts.
nice. Yeah.
And over here.
I love to dance, and so I would just love to have a partner while we're cooking, just to like grab me, twirl me around,
Best
and just
dancer.
dance in the kitchen. That would just make my heart melt.
Best dancer, but I hate her dress.
Okay.
Her outfit.
And what about for yourself? I know they want to know.
Honestly, just words. You know, hey, like, how was your day? You know, how are you? You know, I was in a situation before where I didn't get that. So, you know, that resonates with me. So words of affirmation is my love language, my first one. So that's what it is.
So I'm going to make a bad prediction because I just want to be wrong. So I saw him looking at number 1 and number 3. He got rid of number 3, broke my heart. But number 1, I think he's going to get rid of her too. So I think it's between number 2 and number 4 that are going to be the survivors. Not survivors in this sense, but the ones that he keeps.
All right, time to pop a balloon.
Oh, she
Okay,
popped
let's
herself
come this
out.
way. White gender, pop in your balloon.
So I was like, I really didn't want to pop.
She looked
I
at
think you're
somebody.
attractive, and I love what you
Appreciate you.
do. I think your career is great, and like what you have going on. I'm very into men with purpose and who are high achieving. So I think that that's awesome. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, I just don't have anything to pop on him. But I do feel like you're a little bit older. I mean, I'm open. That's why I was like, should I wait? Because I'm open to dating somebody a little bit older. But I'm used to dating people who are maybe like younger looking, and so that's just
He's so
that's kind
friendly
of it.
looking,
It's not
though.
a lot. You're awesome.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And I just want them to. I want them to have a chance. I want you to have a chance with somebody. Yeah.
Oh, she's
Now
noble
she's someone
now.
that's your type.
For sure, for sure. I usually go for women who are a little bit taller, but she's very beautiful. Yeah, so definitely my type.
Thank you. All right, our 2 ladies left. Any questions for him? You ready? Okay.
Where do you see yourself in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years, getting a promotion with my company, and then also growing my bakery business. Yeah, so those are the 2 things that I see myself going in the next 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about over here?
I'm curious about a life philosophy or motto and why that is for you, if you have one.
She speaks so well.
I won't necessarily say I have a life philosophy. One thing I always think about is, just striving for results and failing fast. If you have a short-term memory, you're able to like just move on to something else really, really quickly. And just having that mentality to where you just attack each and every day the same way.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All
Who will he
right.
pick?
We're
I
down
don't
to our
know.
Final 2. It is time to pop a balloon.
I would pick
you had another
number
question?
4.
Follow up to that. Where do you see yourself? So I was looking for a specific answer. Do you see yourself getting married, having kids? Like, what's the family goals of yours?
My family goals, it's interesting because I always thought I would have a family, kids by the time I was 25. Obviously, that didn't happen, right? We all have these ideals. But in the next 2 years, going towards that. Marriage in 2 years is fast, but if you find your partner and you all speak to each other and that happens, then that happens. Never put a time limit on anything, but yeah, on that trajectory for sure.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to pop.
Yeah.
All right. And why gender popping?
Just because I want someone who is
Intentional.
marriage-minded and focused on building a family, and time is, you just never know what can happen, but I want someone that has that on their forefront of their mind. So
He liked you too. Oh my
Now
gosh.
she's someone that's your type.
For sure.
Definitely.
Like I said, I usually talk to taller women. She's very beautiful, very attractive, great career. So yeah, definitely for sure.
Thanks. We do have our last lady over here. So just want to ask as well, is she someone that's your type?
She is. She is.
You got all 32 out. Come on up here. I'll have you stand on that
hate
side
her
of me. No,
outfit.
you'll stand over here. Okay, y'all. Any final question between the 2 of you before we
I would
determine
not
if we've
pick
got a
her.
match?
how would your friends describe you?
She's not
Funny,
convinced.
outgoing, inspirational. I have a group of around like 50 fellas that we always motivate each other every single day.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot.
You know 55 people.
Yeah, I
Closely.
do. Like closely. Yeah, and we all push each other every day, whether it may be something physical along the lines of working out, or within like your work sector. We push each other every day. So yeah, that's what they
Go
would
ahead and
describe
pop.
me as.
Go ahead and pop. She wants to
You're
pop.
good with questions? You have a last one? One last one. If you have one.
Do you have any children?
No.
No. Okay. I don't either. So.
Okay. Well, let me ask my question then.
She got
Is it
me
a yes
nervous.
for you for him?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it a yes for
Okay.
you for her?
For sure.
We
Nice.
got a match. I'll take the mic.
There you go.
And you guys can go on off. Get your girl. Make some noise for them ladies.
That was good. Nice. I appreciated that. This group of women, wow, so mature. The answers that he got, the professions that these women are a part of. This is going to be an interesting series. One of the things I like better that they did with this particular show is you have a 38-year-old man and they're women whose ages make sense. He's not dealing with a 20-year-old, a 23-year-old. He's dealing with quality women. Now, I really didn't get that sense of leadership from him, but we're looking at this thing objectively in the sense that people are nervous. People are not their normal selves on this show. So a lot of times we get it right, and there are many times we get it wrong. But most definitely, we hope you enjoyed this episode where an older man, that's me, Marvin Kane, lends my reactions to the popular dating show Pop the Balloon or Find Love. So definitely, if you like this episode, share it with a friend, a family member, or even a stranger. And view our website on our YouTube channel. We have over 850 videos that talk about relationships. And by all means, please hit the subscribe button. And as we say, remember this.